All right, guys. Here's the dealio. Sklurdealio. I want to talk about Snow White and the 7 BIPOC individuals. Because it's not Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs anymore. There's a couple things I want to talk about. Okay? First and foremost, it's so weird. Like, I don't know if you have like a strong opinion. You probably don't have like any real opinion on this, but they're like they only have one person that I think it's a little person or a dwarf is socially acceptable. So I'm trying to be, socially acceptable. I think it's silly that they got rid of all 7 dwarves. There's only 1 now. It's just like weird to me. Like it's a conversation that, like, first of all, there's not a lot of roles for little people, and so it's like that could be a breakout role. Tyrion Lannister was the one who said that they shouldn't do dwarves because it's condescending. When this motherfucker played a mythological dwarf in a Thor movie.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was a very large dwarf, but it was like that was what he was, and he was like a craftsman. And it's like, dude, just bring respect to the role. Make them women. Make some of them women. I think that's a great idea. That's new. Hey, we got 7 dwarves. All of them were men. Make them women. Make some black.
They should make Grumpy a woman.
Yeah,
I would love that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because Grumpy's the most stereotypical male-coded character, I think. Make that a woman, a grumpy woman. That would be fun. But instead, they just made everybody like a BIPOC person. It's just like, oh, that's just so. I think it's lazy. I think it's a virtue signal. I think it would have been cool to see like some women dwarves. Make a couple of women, make them like different, races or whatever. NASCAR. All jokes aside, put one in a wheelchair, because there are little people that are like wheelchairs. Sometimes that's like part of like whatever they got going on. Do it. Make them capable too. Put them in a wheelchair and make them capable. Make them like a craftsman dwarf that has like the ability to make a motorized scooter in like the 1600s or whatever. You know what I mean? Like a fucking water wheel that spins and makes electricity. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just off the top of my head.
Coming off the dome.
Coming off the dome. I got a big one. I think that would have been better. I just wanted to lightly touch on to that topic before we get into like the specifics of the issue that I have with this. But that's how I feel. I don't know if you have a strong opinion.
I wish that they would stop remaking movies.
Why?
Because, like, I'm tired of it. They're remaking everything.
You don't like that they're doing any remakes?
It's not that they're doing, like, some remakes. They are remaking everything.
I'm actually okay with it.
Like, we have a new Little Mermaid. They put out some Peter Pan shit that I didn't watch. Now we're doing a Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. They did Aladdin. They did Beauty and the Beast.
I disagree with you. First of all, I want them to stop making them suck. But I think it's cool to have a new age reimagination. It also keeps the old piece of media back in circulation and keeps it a little more relevant. Because if you're making a new 7 Dwarfs movie, well, Snow White movie, Snow Hispanic, actually. If you're making a new Snow White movie, it puts the other one back into circulation. I think it's fine. I just think that they shouldn't be so lazy. Because it comes off as like, okay, what's the current social narrative? Oh,
yeah, they make it to have like a black mermaid.
Yeah, and which I think is fine. Although I would say Snow White, people made this argument. I'm like, okay, she's literally supposed to be Snow White. Like the Little Mermaid, the color of her skin is irrelevant to me because it's not part of being a mermaid. It's a mythical creature. Snow White, I see them, but she's pretty white. She's white. She's a white Hispanic person, right? But like that's the only thing I'd say. But I don't really care about that. I'm more worried about like the dwarf thing. It's like weird. It's like why even make a new Snow White? But I'm fine with the remakes. I just wish it feels like sometimes they make a remake and then they use they because there's inclusivity in it. They use that to be like we don't have to do much for the IP.
No,
we can be lazy about it
because
people will watch it anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't care if Ariel is black. I care that the movie was made to have a black mermaid. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like they didn't make a Little Mermaid and go, oh. This black actress is really good. Let's make her the Little Mermaid. They said, let's make a black Little Mermaid. That, I agree with that. I agree with that. Because, if you put Samuel L. Jackson in any white role, 0 complaints from anybody. Yeah.
A fact. Samuel L. Jackson, they made God black in Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
No complaints, because it's Morgan Freeman. It doesn't matter. And I imagine people think God is white. So nobody cared, Denzel Washington, make him anything. You can literally make him the leader of a KKK member. I don't care. It's Denzel Washington.
White people would actually probably love that.
Maybe. But it's like, I don't know who the actress is. I'm sure she's not bad, but it's not like they make a role and they go, this person would fit the best. It's like they're like, we want a black mermaid, and like, yeah, I get that. It's like kind of annoying because like it's just so intentional. But I get that. I would agree with, like, if they just like, oh, this person is like really hot right now, let's just make her the Little Mermaid. Oh, but she's black. Who cares? You know. I get that. That I agree with. But anyway, what I want to watch is this bit of a clip. It's not very long. But here's the thing. I've been seeing it on TikTok. We might not even have to watch the whole thing. But it seems like the people who are in Snow White hate the IP. And I'm not even like a huge
IP?
Intellectual prop, like the movie. She hates she hates the historical.
The concept of Snow White?
Yeah, she hates what it is. And she's just like, that's what it is. And my thing is, I don't love Snow White. Like, it never really resonated with me. I think there was a very problematic kiss, I get. Because she was that, or is that Sleeping Beauty?
It's not fucking problematic.
What is it? I'd have to watch it again to see if it's problematic.
She's fucking dead, and then he kisses her because he is her true love, and she wakes up.
Oh.
He's not sticking his tongue down her goddamn throat.
So
listen. Do I love Snow White? Yes, I just watch it all the time. But like,
you think the conversation around consent has gone a little like, it's a great conversation, but like this is just not necessarily where it's applied.
No, it's not. I'm not fucking. I don't care that Prince Charming kissed Snow White while she was sleeping, and I don't think that fucking. Whatever. I don't want to get into it.
I mean, I would say that like the bigger issue is that we don't have good comprehensive sexual health education for children. Because like if the kiss, that's going to make boys, assault girls. I think not teaching them sexual boundaries early is the problem. Like 10, 11, 12 years old, start teaching young people about like, you don't have to teach them anything graphic. But I think consent is a language we can learn from very early on.
Yeah.
You learn that. And so I would say the Snow White's probably the least of our worries here. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, I respect that. So let's watch this. Let's watch some of this.
Crying on that stage.
When am I not crying? I'm
Oh, typical woman, am I right?
public. It's so upsetting.
Why were you crying?
Oh my gosh, I saw the well, we didn't even see. We didn't even see, but I saw the logo and I went, that's my name. Snow White's up there, and I cried my eyes out.
What was it like seeing yourself for the first time in full Snow White drag?
I love that description. It's perfect. Oh my god! Well, when you get to wear Sandy Powell, first of all, insane.
Who's that?
And then you get to be lit by Mandy Walker, and Nadia Stacey designed your hair and makeup. It's like the most incredible thing in the world. And then all of a sudden, you open your eyes and you watch the playback, which I never do. And I saw myself on screen, and I just wanted to throw up. I was so happy about it, and it was the most incredible experience. And the fan reaction was insane. We didn't even see what they were clapping for.
Why is this person standing next to her?
Oh, that's Gail Gadot.
Who?
Gail Gadot.
Who is it?
Wonder Woman.
Okay, why
is
she
movie.
there?
She's in the movie.
But why is she like weirdly like standing there like it's this young girl's mother?
I don't even know what she plays in the movie, but I think it's more than anything else just because this is like a setup. They're both supposed to be part of the interview. So like, hey, hang out over here so that we have another celebrity so we could take this and we could put this up and then everybody will go like, oh my god. I think that she's playing something. I don't know. I think she might be like the evil mommy or something in the movie.
The evil queen.
Is she even in this? Like, what's happening? Okay, so she's the evil queen. Is that mommy? She. I mean, that's not a bad cast. I don't think.
No,
that.
That's fine. Do you like her or something?
She's okay. She's okay. I don't resonate with a lot of actors or actresses. I like John Lithgow, John Malkovich. I actually like feminine men.
I don't know who you're talking about, though.
Oh my god. Do you know who John Lithgow is? John Lithgow, he's like a theater guy.
I like
Third
him.
Rock from the Sun. I love him. He's more feminine.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
John Malkovich. You don't know who John Malkovich is?
What is he in that I know him from?
Everything. The Man in the Iron Mask.
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, well, you know what? I don't know what you would know. But anyway, he's a good actor. I like him a lot. Con Air? How do you like that? My point is that, like, I'm just getting old, I think. I'm just kidding. Oh, let's go.
Good. I don't
the
know.
sizzle. We didn't see anything. Yeah. We're still waiting.
You see yourself as the evil queen. You are not evil. You are not evil. You're a queen, but you're not evil. What was it like seeing yourself as the evil queen for the first time?
We did not see the clip, so I still haven't seen anything.
It's weird though, because like they're talking about how like they basically, it's like the first time they're seeing what's going on, but like there's so much CGI, like how attached. Do you think they're even talking to each other in production? It's like all green screen.
That's interesting.
Because I was watching a Shark Boy and Lava Girl thing on TikTok that was about making that. First of all, the dude's in a wheelchair, like the main bad guy, because he's a very prolific actor, and like they're just superimposing his head, and like it's like a robot body.
In a wheelchair?
Yeah, in the real world, in the real life, he was in a wheelchair. They would just superimpose his head onto everything. Or maybe it was Spy Kids. Maybe it was Spy Kids. Shut up. It's like the point is shut up. Everything is CGI.
I like George Lopez.
No, not George Lopez. A different guy. It's a different guy. Just shut up. It's probably Spy Kids. I don't care. The point is that they do so much like CGI imposing. It's so disconnected from everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember the guy from, I think it was Lord of the Rings, played Gandalf. I forget his name. Very good actor. He was like crying because he was doing Lord of the Rings. He's a stage actor. You know who I'm talking about? I'll look him up. I'll show you. And he was so upset because like he was missing this guy. He didn't have Ian McKellen. He didn't have like he didn't have the sensory aspect of doing the movie with people, and it made him so upset. Like that he like was actually like very upset. Like he's like a theater guy. Like he's very, he's very good. So they threw a party for him on one day, and it made him feel better.
That's
Everybody
nice.
showed up because it's hobbits, so they're smaller. It's crazy though, huh?
But when I was in Mega, just like she said, we got to work with such an amazing crew, and it was just like the best it could ever be. I must say that for me, also the transition for the old hag was incredible because it was all real prosthetics and all of that.
You were in the chair for like 4 hours.
4 hours and changing the voice and everything. I feel so lucky that I got to play something that is so far from what I know and what I'm used to. And I super enjoyed every second of it.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's...
So first, I just want to go like piece by piece. First of that, there's nothing wrong with not getting saved by the prince, but I feel like Frozen did that well. Why does every girl movie now have to be not getting saved by a guy?
Actually, now that you say it, Frozen was so good because like Anna like wanted her prince.
Yeah.
Like she wanted it and then it didn't work out, but like it was okay because you still have your sister.
It was a good story. But
then you get like Kristoff.
And it was a relatable
and then Elsa
movie.
Was her own hero.
This is my thing.
That's a good feminine take on things, which I never realized because
that's what makes it so good.
I don't like value like my femininity.
Yeah.
Or like I don't think of it. I don't identify with being like a woman. Like I just like am. It doesn't really mean anything to me.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. I hear them talking and I already don't like them.
But like that's my thing is that there's a way to do things. Like Frozen is a very like really at its core a very feminist movie.
Yeah.
The characters are mostly strong women, and they don't really infantilize the men, which some places do. They'll be like, we have to make a strong woman character. Let's infantilize the men. Kristoff is a goofy character, but that's still he's just a goofy man that is still capable. Emotionally and a physically capable man.
Kristoff is actually a really good representation of like your like everyday guy.
Yeah.
We talk about that a lot about like how like where you used to work, like your ability to be educated like was higher than other people.
Sure, yeah.
And like stuff like that. And I feel like Kristoff represents like
he's a good guy.
Working class people? Is that what you would call it? I don't know.
Sure, yeah. He's like an average dude. He represents most men that are like more attainable. Thank you so much for the $2 PJQ. I love Snow White. Why not make a new princess? True. If you want to completely change the IP. My thing is, Frozen at its core is actually, if you think about it, a very feminist movie. Like I said, the strong female characters, the male characters are still strong, but they are the focus of it, and the powers are realistic. I know it sounds silly, but it's not like you have like, you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes there's a character where it's a woman and she doesn't look like she's as capable as a fighter, but then somehow she's stronger than a guy 3 times her size.
Yeah.
You have a woman with magical frozen ice powers. Like, it's more realistic to the mythology or what we're talking about. The prince doesn't like win out in the end. It's about like loving your sister. It's about that love and that. I didn't hear any complaints about how this is too woke. Not any complaints about how it's too woke. But now it's like we have to intentionally do this and intentionally do that. And all this is conservative rage bait to me because they know it's free advertising because Ben Shapiro's going to cry about it. But why not have like what? It's not relatable. Like, why women want, and guys want love too, but like women want love. So why not have a guy like be present in a loving way?
Yeah, I don't get it. I want to be saved.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Like, I think that a lot of women do, and I think that there's a place for both of those things. You can be a strong, independent woman without having to be.
Shrek did actually do it well too.
You think so?
Yeah.
How did Shrek do well, in your opinion?
That Fiona is not like a weak female character. She's actually a very strong, independent woman.
Okay.
When was the last time you watched Shrek? I feel like we should watch that.
We could watch it again. What was it was a prince in Snow White, right? What was his name?
Prince Charming.
Prince Charming. Do you have an actual name?
Prince Charming.
Because I don't think that Prince Charming is in this.
There's not a Prince Charming in this movie.
Yeah, so then why even call it Snow White? Like, what's the point? Like, you're getting so far away from like what it is. It's just what I'm talking about. Like, it's just it's hard to express why I don't like this kind of shit, but it's so intuitive. It's just such a virtue signal. It's not an interesting, and that's another thing too. There's nothing new or refreshing about this. It's just like, oh, but another woman that not only doesn't need a man, but like basically hates men. That's what I get out of this. That's the
women are turning into little rascals. Still having the He-Man woman haters club.
Yeah, they
got the she/her man haters.
Yeah. That's funny. It's true though. It's so true. It is.
She's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the.
Women are not going to dream about true love. Sorry. That's what I'm truly in love with. But again, women. Is this what women just hate true love? Is that what it is? Women hate true love.
I just like these. I don't.
How do you?
Basically, this video started, and I looked at them, and they started talking, and I was like, I don't fucking like them. Like, if I was in a room with them, like, if they were, like, at a family party or something, this is who I would be talking to about on the way home, right?
Yes. Oh.
And, like...
Yes.
Like, so that's how I would describe it. And now they're talking, and I dislike them even more. And, like, I don't get it. I love boys. I love boys so much. I've always wanted, like, when I was, like, a little girl, I didn't dream of having a career. I was like, I'm going to be a wife with kids, and I'm going to take care of my house and go food shopping. And I'm going to plan birthday parties.
There's still
like, that's what I wanted to do.
To
and when I hang out with my friends, do you know what I want to do? I want to talk about boys.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And guys do the same thing. My thing is, it's like, it's so unrelatable to not, like why not make love an aspect of your movie? People in general want love. And it's like, oh, it's not going to have love in it. Why? Here's my thing. These two are trying to seem so relatable to us. Like, oh, we're fucking feminist. Bro, you just went on, like, the first 30 seconds of this interview was talking about how a fucking, you have like a $10,000 dress in the movie with really expensive hair and really expensive jewelry from these, like, really fucking, like, hoity-toity, like, people that made all your shit. That's not relatable to me. You want to be relatable? Oh, I have it. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing a $30,000 dress in the movie. Oh, I'm wearing fucking Benelli Spinelli. I got the Pingle Toad merchandise on. That's what you're saying to me. And then you're like, so that's unrelatable as shit. You want to seem relatable. You're sitting here on a fucking red carpet, just virtue signaling, talking about expensive fucking clothes and jewelry and a bunch of dumb, unattainable shit. Well, and then you're going to go off on a goddamn tangent about how, oh, this movie doesn't have love because love is fucking cringe now. Women don't want love.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It is all a virtue signal. 1,000%. And I think that these people sound the same as the people we watched in the last segment, where their self-hatred is manifesting in, like, hating the other person, and they're just speaking and making themselves undesirable.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Do I think that everybody needs like a romantic or sexual relationship to be fulfilled? No. Do I generally think that even people that like don't want those things, if they did have like a healthy relationship that was romantic or sexual, it would enhance their lives? Yes. Okay, but like at the end of the day, like everybody needs some sort of like relationship that has intimacy. And I think that when really, if I feel like if you believe stuff like this, you are just so like offensive, like playing like not like you're not offending me, but you're like on the.
You know what you're trying to say that you're trying to be offensive.
Yeah, like not like insulting,
not
but
like
they just
a horrible,
always has
like racist,
something
offensive.
to say, but where like it doesn't like welcome like warmth and.
You're trying to be like a contrarian kind of thing. You're just trying to disagree with some kind of a social narrative with the very shallow aspect of it, the very shallow anti-male aspect, because that's all it is.
Just in general, like it doesn't welcome like warmth and like happiness and like just like casualness
or empathy. It's not relatable. It's stupid. Women and men still like love.
Love is not a bad thing.
It's not,
and that's what's annoying. Is like that's what I'm saying. Like it becomes like the toxic thing. Like you become toxically like I don't need a man. I don't need to think about love all the time. And it's like no, like you don't. But you also don't have to make it your personality.
No, but saying you don't need a man is a cope. In the same way as a man saying I don't need a woman is a cope. Yeah. Like men and women or people and the gay people and trans stuff exist too, and I get that. But like so like everybody needs love, but just generally men and women need each other. We need each other. We need love. If we were hurt by somebody to such a degree that we weren't dating anymore, that's a cope.
Yeah.
Like my mother's very happy without a man. Very happy. At a point now where I don't think she could ever be with a man, or maybe she's a lesbian. I've always thought about that. What if my mom and your mom started dating and they got married? We'd be like stepbrother and sister.
My mom could not.
But
not have a man.
But then we'd be stepbrothers and sister.
I know. Then you would love me even more.
And we'd be like, "Oh, hey, stepsis," I'd smack her ass while she's in the dryer. Boom, boom. That'd be kind of hot. Be like a pornography.
Then your mom would be my stepmom.
Oh, stop. Okay, you ruined it on purpose. Yep. You're smart. What was I talking about? Oh, but my mom. The reason my mom doesn't need a man is because it's a cope. Because a man, like my father, was a scum fucking piece of shit that left her 5 months pregnant. He came back when she was in the hospital to make it seem like he was still with her to his mother, and then like he never wanted to be there for me. Like he was just a shitty person. And so my mom hates him so much it makes her like not need a man, but she doesn't hate men.
No, but she also has so many like close friends.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But she's still surrounded. She still surrounded herself with love, warmth, and attention. She is the family matriarch. She calls every single one of her brother and sisters. She has 5 left. Every single week. She talks to everybody. She goes out with friends constantly. She's very active and she has a lot of love in her life. But like she replaces it, but it comes from like that cope because she was hurt. And that's fine. But that's where it comes. Everybody for the most part wants love until they're hurt so bad that they don't. And like it's so relatable to want love. So my question is, what happened in her life that hurt her so bad, Snow White wise, that's going to make her not actually want love? Because that's the most relatable thing. Is wanting love until it hurts you so bad you don't want it anymore. You know what I mean? And like, is that going to be in the movie? Or is this going to just be like, I'm a fucking badass woman? It's going to be...
I like what you just said.
It's going to be the latter. It's going to be, I just don't like men. There's going to be no traumatic experience associated with. There's no depth of character. There's nothing relatable. There's nothing interesting. There's nothing intelligent. It's just a virtue signal, boring-ass fucking remake because they know people are going to watch the movie. And now they have an additional incentive because even if the movie sucks at the box office, they put it on Disney Plus, and now it's another thing that you can watch even when you're sitting at home to subscribe to Disney Plus. Because at the very least, you will do that, and that's all it is. So, what'd you like that I said?
You said something about I don't remember what you said. I wish you gave more time for it afterwards to let that sink in. But I just like the way you worded like. Something along the lines of like you want love until love hurts you the most and then you don't
you want love until love hurts you so bad you don't want it anymore. Yeah, that's what I said. It's true. It's a true thing. I'm surprised your mother wants love because love seems to have hurt her quite a bit.
Well, that's
I'm sorry.
That's what I was thinking of.
You know.
Anyways.
But yeah, I mean, that's my thing. You know, let's continue this. There's still a little left.
Time out.
Oh.
The computer's fallen over.
Okay, we'll take the soda cup off the computer. Thank you. I love you so much. I'm sorry for that. So you are a fucking disaster. Here, I love you. I don't want it to fall over and break. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. Just sit back. I love you. I'm sorry for not communicating well. Yeah, you're pushing it off the thing. Oh my god. Okay, get up. You're gonna have to get up. Okay. I think we fixed it. I think we fixed it. Is that more comfortable for you now?
Yeah, more space. Okay,
sorry. I didn't mean to get a little irritated. You know how I am. Sometimes I'm a little more abrasive. So I'm sorry.
Where's Fuzzy?
Okay, give me a second. I got you. I'll do a little edit in the video. Is that better?
No.
Better?
Action.
Okay.
The leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be.
Whoa.
If she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
My father was pretty late too. He
so
never
she has
showed up.
daddy issues.
Oh, okay.
True. And
that's not how they're presenting it, though.
So it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere.
No, that's what you just said.
What?
That Snow White has daddy issues.
Okay.
That before her father died, she said that she could be like whatever.
Okay. Do you think that that's going to be part of it?
That's what she just said.
Okay, I'm asking, do you think that that's going to... Okay, sorry.
She said that's what the storyline is. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha, okay.
For president.
I'm launching my campaign. I am.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, I said, I think, for some reason, they elongated this by 30 seconds. At the end of the day, I really just think that...
Campaign.
Shut up. I don't know. It's a boring...
I'm tired. I want to watch a movie, and I want everybody to shut the fuck up. That's how I feel.
That's how you feel? Okay, fair enough. That's a good way to end it.
I just want to watch a movie, yeah.
I
do have a thought,
you know what?
though.
What? Can I just say it's because you know how my thoughts, they go away almost instantly. So I'm going to prioritize my thought real quick, okay? I feel like nowadays we're going into a movie being told how we're supposed to feel about it instead of the movie bringing us through a story so that we have a way to feel about it.
Every movie that's not a horror movie either gets no coverage or has some type of political thing about it, and that's why you're going to see it.
Yeah, there's a lot of politicism attached to the movies, and they're boring as shit. Like, just make the movie and, like, hope it does well. Put the product out there. What happened to the artistic vision of movies? Because I feel like people are, like, they try to give away so much to get you interested in seeing it, but it ruins the final products because you're not going through the progression of the product anymore. You know, there's something very powerful and beautiful about going through a progression of thought. Like when I do my YouTube videos, I know I have an intro, so I guess I'm a little bit guilty of this priming is what we call it. I'm priming my audience. But it's supposed to be a journey. It's my journey through investigating a topic. And there's something like, I don't know if I'd call it art, but like that's the art, quote unquote, of what I'm doing. It's not just about here's information I'm presenting to you. It's like I want you to see how that information impacts me, and then we're gonna have a journey together, and you're gonna understand where I'm coming from. And nowadays, like I feel like it's just not happening that way. That's how a movie's supposed to be. It's just here's everything that's gonna happen. Now watch.
For me, what's happening is I wind up going to the movie and waiting the whole movie for the scene to see what everybody's talking about.
Yeah, I get that too.
So like that's how I see it. Yeah. Related to the princesses, like see, I'm in like a space where like I don't want new princesses. But maybe it's because I feel like the new princesses suck. Mm-hmm. I feel like the last new princess that I really liked.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Tiana. I don't know if Tiana was before or after Rapunzel. Rapunzel is solid. I love her.
You know, Anna and Elsa. I heard they're gonna have Jada Pinkett Smith play the woman with a lot of hair. That might have just been a meme on TikTok, but that's what I heard. In like a live action Tangled movie.
I wonder if that was a meme because she has like alopecia.
Probably was, but it was funny, so that was probably the point of that.
I hope I don't want a live action. See, that's the thing. If you're making a live action like Snow White and stuff, that's old as fuck. Tangled just came out. Like, we don't need to be making things. I do think, honestly, though, let me, like, hold that thought for a second, though, because I would go for a live-action Princess and the Frog.
Okay, but that sounds interesting.
And, like, make,
Who would be the princess?
The friend, the fat white girl. Make her fat.
Yeah, I agree with that. Who would be the princess, though?
I don't know, because I don't know actors and actresses anymore.
Yeah, I feel like they're not. They don't resonate with me anymore. So I don't really know who would be what.
But Tangled is good. Frozen is good. I don't like Moana. I've never been able to get through it. Yeah. So, like, I don't want them to make new things, because also what happens, and that's what we're seeing in Disney right now, is as new things are getting popular, they're taking away the things that I like. And I don't like that.
You mean ride-wise at the park?
Yeah, like in the parks and stuff. Like, stuff gets replaced. Or even
my
favorite princess is Aurora. When there's like a Disney princess spread, you never see Aurora in anything.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's a lot of buzz around Aurora, because it's like what's the movie it comes from?
Sleeping Beauty.
I think it's a boring IP. Like, what can you really do with Sleeping Beauty? I feel like it's very generic. There's not a lot that goes on in that movie. That's why they made a Maleficent movie, right? Because
it's so good, and they don't have the first one on Disney Plus. Did you know that?
No, but there's a lot of depth to Maleficent, whereas that depth doesn't exist.
Maleficent is wonderful. Angelina Jolie does so lovely in those movies. Maleficent or Angelina Jolie? Both. I do like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I feel like it's a woman that you would think is very hot.
When I was younger, I was more sexually attracted to her, and now that I'm older, like, I like appreciate her. Like, I would want to have a conversation with her.
I get that.
You know?
I was never really into her. I was into Xena the Warrior Princess. She was hot as fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Lucy Lawless. Oh, incredible.
What do you think of, this is like totally off topic, this is just talking about women, but what do you think about Evangeline Lilly? Do you know her? I feel like you would have liked her. She's from Lost. She's pretty hot. Or who else did I have a huge crush on? I can't think of her name right now. Well, the mom from Gilmore Girls is really hot. Lauren Graham.
No, not really my style.
And fuck, I just lost who I was gonna say because I was thinking about other people.
She's okay, but like again, not really feeling
it. The woman that plays the mom in Weeds. Yeah, Mary Louise Parker. She is so hot.
They're not really hitting for me. I think that they're too skinny for me.
Yeah.
And there's something about Lucy Lawless.
But anyways, now that I've talked about hot older brunette woman,